and watch him do his run of Outlast. Should be pretty interesting. And yeah, go ahead and take it away. Yeah, go
Okay,
ahead and take it
so
away.
I am going to load admin first save, and I'll kind of show.
In the beginning of the game, there's like a long cutscene from like the continue start. So we just load up a save right after that, right after Miles gets out of the jeep. Um, so it's faster, so we don't have to watch the cutscene every single time, and it's just filler gameplay, so it has
All right,
no
I'm gonna count us off. All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, so a majority of this game, for any percent, is basically us just jumping on top of the small collision on the floor and getting on top of this bush so that we can then jump to the end checkpoint. And as we can see, Mason just got it there fairly easily. And then the first thing we're going to do is do some enter hops to get to the first door. It's a little bit faster, so whenever you hit a load in this game, we use it a lot in the world record runs and top runs, where we'll S and Q or save and quit out to the main menu and then go back in. And then from there, we can do enter hops, which is just pressing spacebar. You can do a maximum of 4, but usually you want to do 3. But you just get to go forward fairly fast and with high velocity, and it saves a decent amount of time. So a lot of like the beginning of lab is just running from one end to get a checkpoint, run back, get a checkpoint. And so here you ran all the way to get a checkpoint to spawn more right here, and then you ran back.
Yeah, and it's a lot of cutscenes too.
Yeah, the beginning of the category. And then right after this cutscene, there's another, not like cutscene, but there's a large monologue. So I'm gonna go through the clip.
Yep, and that's the death of Chris. He has killed a lot of my regular runs of all chapters in Glass. Yeah, he is the main antagonist. So this is the long cutscene / monologue. It's unskippable, and ever since we have ran this route of any percent and just any other any percent route, we have tried to figure out a way to skip it, and we have not been able to figure it out. So in the Outlast speedrunning community, it has been considered a big kind of meme that who's gonna find Wernicke skip? Who's gonna eventually figure it out? And we have a Wernicke clip. I wasn't gonna go for it because it saves milliseconds at most, I believe.
Yeah, it saves 0.3.
0.3.
And that's if you get fast.
And that is if you get fast door. Like sometimes, because what I would do is I would back up into this door and I would jump out of it as the door would swing closed. Then I would clip outside. Then I would go for it. Yep.
Can you turn on your game a bit in OBS?
I can't alt tab.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's right.
I mean they're restreaming me, so I should be alright.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I am unable to at this moment.
I mean, you can turn on your game volume.
I would have to hit escape.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but a lot of the top, like smartest and best players in the game have attempted to skip this cutscene. We haven't found anything. At the most, we're gonna maybe find another checkpoint above an first admin and stuff. But for the most part, it's just like not even being able to get past this cutscene because there's just no way.
Okay, so I mean, the majority of this chapter has been played normally. A few slight optimizations, like jumping to like your first jump, because your first jump is always your longest. So we will always jump to things that we have to stop for, like a valve or wires or something. But there is one more interesting trick that's gonna be coming up here real soon.
If you would like to try to explain that,
Yep.
skip before we get there, that'd be great.
Yeah, sure. So what it is called Superman Jump. Thanks to Claire's tutorial, it's really easy for if you practice.
Yeah, so basically, at the end area, towards like after we get done with Valve up here, and then we go and we have to unplug wires for Billy to kill him to end the game. we have an area where we can get onto some railing, back hop onto a back table, and then jump on to some railings to skip a large majority of backtracking, so that we can just jump into a cutscene with the wall rider and be able to skip, I believe, 30 seconds.
It's about, yeah, it's about 30-ish.
Since
Again,
we
a lot
skipped-
of this.
Sorry, go ahead.
A lot of it is just walking and running from point A to point B. A lot of the time, there's not any like major tricks in like the in-betweens.
So since we skipped most of the game, would you like to explain like the story, or?
Oh, I would not mind at all. So basically, you're Miles Upshur, a reporter in the middle of the Colorado mountains, and you are investigating an asylum from an anonymous tip, which is explained in the DLC content, which I can get to later. That you are trying to get to an asylum and figure out why you've been tipped off. So you'll get into the asylum, and a lot of bad, unfortunate things happen, and it's basically just really bad things happening one after another. And I got Hardland there, which was unfortunate, but. And what I just pulled up there was my camera. That's a very big part of the game, because a lot of the sections are not actually naturally lit. You have to use your camera to navigate, and if you run out of batteries, you're kind of screwed.
But it's any.
But it is any percent. Yeah, it doesn't matter. My battery percent doesn't really matter that much. So coming up here is going to be Superman. Going to attempt to do it quickly.
Yeah, that's 100%.
Oh, I missed. All right, well, I messed it up.
Sag.
Oh, here.
But yeah, it's basically just back hopping onto that table.
And I hit
jumping
the
into rails,
very
and
edge
then-
of the.
Yeah.
I hit the very edge of that. Usually you'll just jump right into the cutscene trigger. I missed it, unfortunately.
You didn't mess that up. You were PP'd.
I don't think I would have PD'd. I'm not going to go for that stand-up put out. The enter hops would be nice, but...
Yeah. So, again, I'll explain the saving clip a little bit. So, in the, like, top times for any percent, we just save and quit to the menu by doing fast keyboard inputs, which is a millisecond if you do them extremely fast. For both going out of the game to the main menu and going back into the game. Usually this lasts a lot longer, depends on PC, of course. But once you do that, then you can get enter hops, and it varies from how much it saves, depending. But once you stand up from the wall rider throwing you at the very bottom after Superman, you can stand up, and there's a possibility to save around a second from the saving clip. But Mason not the saving clip. But right now we're just waiting for
The cutscene.
Billy to kill us.
Yep.
As he's getting killed.
Well,
And
yep.
it's gonna absorb into Miles, and then we're gonna cripple walk to the end. Another small skip coming up is
So-
in the glitchless category.
Yeah, among the glitchless category, you technically have to go up there and run around the, or you have to go, because if I went up this normally, I would be staggering around in a walked animation. But since I climbed over the railing, I managed to avoid the trigger. So now I'm going to get triggered to jump into this table. Well, not really jump, more like fall into it, but timing is going to end once my hand hits the floor for the very first time on the yellow stripe, or on the yellow and black stripe, which is, I will count us down to it. And just got to stagger, and you got to hold really tight pathing on this wall. So I just kind of grind up against it so I don't mess up. And timing is time. And that's out less than 80%. So I would like to thank
Good
my
job.
my mom, my dad, all my wonderful friends, my huge Discord server that it's been growing at a ridiculous rate. I am so proud of the little community that I've built. Claire, if you'd like to shout anybody out?
I want to shout out Alexis, a god at running this game, on top of being a verifier. Shout out Trap, and the mod team. Valix and Horror for being gods at any percent grinding for as long as they have. You know, in my opinion, not an amazing category to grind. But yeah.
All right, thank you both so much. That was a very interesting run. Like, I did not realize you could just jump over a thing and get to the end of the game. That was crazy. But yeah, with that, that is going to be the last run of today. Be back tomorrow where we're going to be doing some more runs. We're going to be starting off tomorrow with a Ghost Runner run by Mifa, which is going to be pretty interesting to watch. And just as a final reminder, we are raising money for charity, Child's Play. And yeah, they raise money, or they give money to hospitals to help kids who are in hospital play video games during their recuperation time. So it's a really, really nice charity to be giving to. And if it matters, you can write it off on your taxes. But yeah, so with that, we are going to be ending for today. We will be back tomorrow about 9 o'clock Eastern or Western time, Pacific time. So thank you very much for being here, and hope to see you next time.